Hello everyone, welcome to Motor India's Transport Report Combating COVID Crisis Series. And today we have with us Mr. Nagaraj Ubale. He is Director Technical at BPW Trailer Systems India Private Limited. Welcome Nagaraj and thank you for joining us on Motor India Transport Report. Pleasure seeing you after such a long time.
Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you so much. It's really a pleasure to meet you in the spirit, and thank you so much for having me here. Yeah.
So Nagaraj, let's start with an update on the current status of BPW India's operation, especially when you reopened post the COVID crisis. I mean, we are still in the mid of the COVID times, if I may call that. How have you handled the entire situation and how are you coping up at present?
Yeah, on the last, if I remember, on 22nd of March, we did the last dispatch, and after that, suddenly there was some rumors were going on, so how to settle ourselves. And most of the people who are native places are outside. We try to move them, go to the native places, so that till the situation comes to the normal, they can come back. So that's how it is started. After that, we all met with the COVID situation, and in a full-fledged, I should say, from first week of June, we have started the operations and with complying with all the government guidelines. 33%, that is to only operational people with limited local manpower which is available. We were operating. All the executives were operating from their houses, and till now, some of the executives are at their native places and they're operating from there. So that's how it is a bit of a tough time. But I should say, from the service perspective, it was a bit of difficult to reach them because in a phase 2 and phase 3, all the movements were started. Truck movements were started, tractor trailers. So as you know, that nearly about 60 to 70% of our premium products are in Rajasthan and NCR region. So cater to that, and because vehicles were standing for nearly about months of time and then suddenly coming to the road. Then moving from Pune, giving a service to the people become a bit of an issue, but later we managed, and I should say the team which is an East and Bihar region, they reached most of the customers, and they given a there was a medical camps have been established with the customer end, driver medical awareness and the COVID awareness camps have been conducted. And that's how it's a tough time, but yes, we could able to manage that time. Yeah, that's how it is now.
Correct, correct. I know really challenging times for all of us, and the way that you explained how you managed operations as well as tried to resume operations and balance it with services. So, what is the status of clients demanding for services, delivery of products, even manufacturing? Few words on that. Shed some lights on how you are balancing the entire supply chain.
We are really thankful for the product as well as our customers, because you know that there was a concern of a BS4 and BS6 on all these vehicles were also got stacked up in the particular period. They were waiting for the registration, and there was a chaos in between. So how to clear up the inventories, all this stuff. So we had a firm orders during that time, and then we could able to pick up ourselves from the once the lockdown got open. So from that time we slowly started fulfilling that requirements, and that's how for the BS4 vehicles we could able to manage it. And as I said, local manpower was very important for us during that period, and they helped us, and we worked some days. Actually, it's a Saturday, Sunday off for us. People were there to fulfill the requirements, and that's how we could able to meet the SM requirements at the time. Yeah.
Correct, correct. So getting to the specifics, Nagaraj, there is this 54-ton air suspension that you were working on, and the product development was going on. How has the customer now responded to it? What is the status for it? It is really path-breaking on your part, and I know it's been under pipeline, and now you are discussing it with customers. And so, how has been the response to that? And what are some similar products under your stable that are in development and in pipeline? Please.
Rajesh, as you mentioned, yes, this was a very challenging period for us, and we could, if I have to say something, it is like a challenging period, and it's a year of a change, as everybody knows about it. It's a change of personal lives, also the professional lives. Everybody's got impacted. Our journey of a BPW started in 2018 for the air suspension side, when the axle load norms came into the picture. So from that point, the changes been we were observing all the situations, and we came across this COVID situation also, and that was really opportunity for us to get in our premium product into the market, and there was advantages from the government side also to push for advantages of axle load on the air suspension side. That's how the journey has started now, and we could able to convince our customers with the different applications, because putting a premium segment to the unorganized sector was the biggest challenge for us, and that's we understood carefully, and we tried to get the advantage of these regulations, XLO norms, and the dimensional changes, all this stuff, and then we could able to convince our customers to go with a complete end of the day cost of ownership, convincing them a return of investment on the products, and we tried to implement with some of the applications like chip trailers, and then we have steel segment, and then cement segment, and everywhere we try to. We know that this is a very sensitive market, and before bringing any product, it is very important to convince the customer. And I'm thankful for all our customers who trusted on the products, and today they're very much happy with the product, and that's how we are keep on adding our volume now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So, when giving aside the overview that you gave about the customer profile and how have you been talking to them, anything specific that you would want to highlight about how you handled and trained the customer about the axle load norms and about the specific 54-ton suspension product, the air suspension product. So, would you
Yeah.
highlight the benefits of it and how did you communicate the same with your customers?
Since that axle load norms, we identified that there is some changes and which is going to impact the trailer industry. So because there were norms like spread axles concepts which are going to come. There was an independent axle ratio is something different, and when you have a club together all the axles, the ratio is something different. So example, axle will be rated 10 ton. When you have a separated that one of the axle from the bunch of these axles, then that gets a different kind of axle load. That is going to add increase the loading capacity of the vehicle. We identified this in October, I think 2019. We identified one of the customer, and we thought that let's put this one where the spread axle concept. Really, there was sensible option for a concept for a customer, and he said that let's try this. So in the Jharkhand area, we did that exercise, and today it's nearly about 8 months, and yes, it's successfully running with all complete air suspension inside. The point which I want to mention here is it's all about the concept of spreading the axles, and this is going to change. Either it is in a tandem vehicle or in a tridem vehicle. So this is going to impact the complete gross vehicle weight. With reference to that, the prime mover selection will be different. Either it is a 4x2 or a 6x2. That has to be selected in the future. So that is a bit of slightly one with the 4x2 concept, and which is going to be the driving force for the future.
Got it. So in terms of customers accepting your product, when you say, and we have discussed this even before, that BPW is known for the standard or the quality that they produce, be it the greasing intervals that you offer in your products, be it the width and of your axle beams, or the suspension hangers and brackets that separates you from the competition, and that's been your strength in terms of quality. How has the customer accepted these benefits, and what is your take on the current growth that you've been seeing, or the current market condition for BPW in India?
Rajesh, in 2017, we started to analyze this market first. So we deputed some of the trailers to validate the product and also to get the geographical conditions for validation purpose. So this was completely been monitored by Germany, and we could able to, out of 2 to 3 years of time, we could gather all the inputs from the Indian continent. So these are all the proven products. I think since from 40-50 years old, the concept is air suspension in the Western countries. Now we are bringing it to India. So this has all been validated. What was not available was the Indian road conditions were not available. We could capture it, and we validated it and properly tested it. Then we introduced in with some of our reliable conditions, then tested customers with that, and we tested it properly, and after that we tried to launch it. So as you know that it's a very precious product, it's a premium product category, and then we had a wonderful projects also, like what you recently saw that about express cargo solutions for delivery from along with Volvo. It was a really prestigious project for us, and this project also we started 3 years back, and today nearly about I think more than 26 tractor trailers are running on road with the express cargo. It's a very high speed configuration. So that's how the product proven so far. It is all about the background work we did it so far, and that's how the market is accepting it.
Correct, correct. So could you now also highlight or expand your thoughts on the variants that you offer currently? While doing so, you also have to deal with the customization that the customers offer. Shed some light on the variants and the customized need that you address for the customer.
Yes, it's very important to play in the Indian trailer industry. It's, you know that now things are getting organized slowly, but it is a very price conscious market for a product like BPW's premium products. We also focused on localization of it, and as we said, the mechanical suspension is 100% localized to cater for this market. Then air suspension, nearly about 40% we have localized it along with the suspension and the axles. So whenever the BPW is giving its complete solution, axle and suspension together. Yes, so this is what we try to do it, and then not only in the price category, we know that it's a premium product. It has to be addressed properly and pitched into the right segment. So we identified a couple of different segments application-wise, and either it is off-road, on-road, and tanker applications, or a very different scenarios. And we identified the customer also. So we could able to manage that, and we could able to get all the testing reports, and that's how we differentiated ourselves. It is not only about selling axle suspensions, it's all about the complete vehicle configuration we work about. So the J was, yeah.
Correct, correct. So having you yourself having a rich experience, almost 18 to 19 years of experience in this trailer industry, how do you see the current state of the Indian trailer market? You touched upon it. Are trailer fleet operators moving in the right direction? I mean, with respect to selecting more superior and reliable products as against the products with initial low cost. And what are the other trends that you see emerging in Indian market from the global experience that BPW brings?
Rather than, I should say, low cost, it is a different scenario at this moment, Rajesh, because we have to understand very clearly that we are in a changing period, and the expectations are changing day by day. Today, if you stand here, as far as looking for back 18 years of journey in the trailer industry, this is the right time, I feel, to something is coming up for the future. Like we have an impact of axle loads, we have impacts of dimensional changes recently, which is in the June month, they introduced the new dimensions. So there it is clearly mentioned what is all about your trailer categories are about. Either it is a semi-trailer, it's an articulated trailer, and even in fact, a very aggressive pitch from the government side, they also mentioned about the road train systems. So these are concepts are going to come in the future. So that is something very unique, what we are seeing as a change in the trailer industry. Along with that, when it comes to the vehicle category, we are in a phase of already migrated to BS6 now. These are different challenges. Yes. And yes, and this is all something that the customer really confused about, and how to select the product is all about. And that's where, because earlier, that tractor selling was something different and the trailer selling was something different. Now I see is a really opportunity for us as a trailer industry people that consolidating together and give a complete tractor trailer solution. So that is what the customer is looking out. If you ask me that rather than a cost effective, I should say it's the right product in the right application. So that should be concept and the perspective we have to put it. And we have an example what we delivered along with the Volvo for a delivery express cargo. That is really a breakthrough, and we could convince to the market that the price is not the criteria here. Here it is the output, return of investment. That's what the customer is looking for the future.
Got it. Got it. So, I mean, beautifully, you summed up how the trailer industry is moving towards a new trend and new laws like the axle load norms and the other parameters that are changing are in right direction. So having summed up this industry, how would you then analyze or sum up BPW India's journey over the last 1 to 2 years? And now what are your expectations from the medium to long term future, say by 2020, 22?
Rajesh, there were three perspectives from the BPW side, I should say. We put it properly, we analyzed it in the end of 2018 itself, how to pitch in for the future market. So one is from, as a cost-effective solution, we have to focus on the localization part of it. So that we taken care, and that we started the product development process accordingly. Whatever the need of the requirement, accordingly we started our development activities. Other one was convincing the premium product to the customers. So that was directly interaction with the customer and identifying the right customers, experimenting and proving the products on the ground level. So that was the exercise we took it, and the sales and marketing team was really aggressively pitched into this segment, and they could able to convince with the different applications in a very shortest time. Within I think span of 1.5 years, we could able to these air suspensions that was unknown to the market, and we could implement on off-road solutions. There's a tip trailers and cement, bulker, flatbed, side haul trailers. Everywhere their suspensions are there. So now I think looking at that, and the future is really asking that whenever you give a premium product, it should be proven on the ground. So now we have all the history now, so we can able to convince the customer for the future. And that's how we predict it. It's all about from 21st onwards, I think, value proposition, and that has to be given to the customer. I think as a complete vehicle solution is going to come into the picture for the future market. So that's how we are organizing ourselves.
Fantastic. So what I also understand from your plan that the localization content has grown. Has it been like over 80% now? What is the localization content?
I should say in the mechanical, we are already 100% localized, and air suspension, we are nearly about 40 to 50% we are localized already. And axle wise, it's 80%. So not only on the product side, we are coming up with a very premium products also for the future market. Either it's like air systems, and then we are working on the telematic side for the future, because there is a point of tractor trailer independent registration, trailer independent registration and tractor trailer interchangeability. I'm really glad to tell you that presently some of our customers already got independent trailer registration, and which is going to be a different market altogether for the future. So we see there is a different approach we have to keep it for the trailer. So the other few upcoming products are in lined up for new trailers.
Wonderful, wonderful. So like you highlighted how your localization content has grown up and how you have coped up with the customer's demand and their specification. How has the whole industry coped up with you as an organization, as well as the COVID-19 crisis that we are undergoing right now? Because this is a time of introspection, and do you think there is some positivity here and some learning from the whole crisis that has taught us, specifically our industry, the trailer industry?
Yes, that's what I started with that from the day one when the unlock started, and from that we could able to start our productions to delivery. That was a really different approach altogether. So it was not a regular one, it is a project which we did it for last 3 years. So we could able to understand that this is going in a different direction. And as I mentioned, there were trusted customers, and also they were already placed in some orders for us, and let's keep on we are adding ourselves. So I think this time in this crisis we could able to gain 30% more sales on the mechanical side, and then nearly about, yes, there is a slight impact on the air suspension side, but we are very much convinced that people are going for the premium products, and that's how we are pitching it, and we are confident. The team is confident now. Yeah.
So any roadmap or any agenda or vision that you have for the rest of the year, and that in air suspension product that you want to achieve a certain level of sales figure, or convince your production capacity? Any specific targets that you have?
Yeah, when we see before axle load norms 2016-17, hardly we sold any air suspensions in the market. Okay. But in 2018, we really jumped into nearly about 70% market gain suddenly on that one. And then it's keep on adding it. So we are always with the premium products. And now future, we are working with most of the transporters, end users, and also with the OEs also. There may be good solutions in the future. And yes, we are confident that nearly about 30% market share we should have at least to start with on the air suspension, because we are in a premium segment. That's what we place it ourselves, and we are very much convinced on that part.
Really, really nice. You sound very optimistic and very happy that there are certain right developments with respect to even government laws or even the overall approach of the industry towards safety, flexibility, and the progress towards independent trailers and registering prime movers separately. So we understand that India is moving in the right direction as far as the trailer industry and their norms are concerned, right?
Yeah.
So your
So
parting thoughts or remarks on how you will want to continue with developing products and services for your customers. What is your approach that you would want to sum up as BPW India system?
I'm really thankful because it's already been talked in multiple forums that the trailer code is supposed to come to the uh, place, and since from 10 years we are in the panels, and we saw that when it is going to come. Still, it is not implemented, Rajesh. That
I
pan India, you know that different states are having a different norms at presently. But one thing, it is very much clear that today the industry has accepted this trailer code, and they themselves, rather than the government regulation, they have accepted that we have to move towards the organized trailer sector. So most of the trailers are got certified in India, and trailer manufacturers got certified. So now it is a clear-cut picture that it's a non-certified trailers and certified trailers. And in fact, we don't have a complete implementation trailer code on the ground. But yes, people are already started, and the end users are also very eager to work with the organized way. And that's how we see in the future also, the OEMs are also going to be very optimistic about their product on the application side. And I think it will be the complete solution altogether. So that's going to change the future market.
Okay. Fantastic, Nagaraj. Anything that you would want to add? Because I think this was a very insightful discussion in terms of the roadmap that BPW India is taking and the overall the trailer industry is moving. So it was pleasure interacting with you, Nagaraj. Anything that you would want to highlight or add which you may have missed?
No,
Please go ahead.
uh, yeah, this is a time of a change, and I think it's a really good opportunity for all of us as a trailer industry people. And there is an opportunity also which is waiting for the future. And I'm convinced that all people are putting their own efforts to organize the things. And the best part is, yes, there's no much sell, but yes, it is like organizing. There is a time, buffer time, and we have to utilize this time and to get ready for the future. So that's what the situation is.
Sure, sure. Really nice, Nagaraj. Pleasure talking to you. And I hope every one of us, tap into the potential that we see in our industry and work in unity and in, togetherness to achieve the, progress of our industry. Thank you again. Thank you for joining Motor India Trans Report.
Thank you. Thank you,
Pleasure.
Rajesh. Thank you so much for having me.